What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today, the 1-year anniversary of me having this channel. And I'm going to tell you how I started this, how I started my other channel that had 12,000 subs, and how it got deleted and all that, okay? So, it starts off October 6th, which was actually 7 years ago, man. I'm unk, okay? I'm fucking unk, okay? It was 2017, right? No, it was 2018. It was 2018. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was 8 years old. I was at my grandma's house, and there was my papa, there was my uncle, there was my aunt, there was my dad, there was my mom. There was just everyone there watching UFC 222. I meant 220. What the fuck? Why can't I talk? 292. Okay, they were watching. I'm pretty sure it was Khabib versus Conor, or maybe it was the co-main event, but I don't remember what the co-main event was, So, I was just like, I was kind of into WWE, not really, I was watching WWE for once in a while, and I looked at it, and it was just fighting. And I was like, is this WWE? And then Papa was like, no, this is real fighting. And that's kind of how I knew WWE was fake. And the next night, I think I asked my dad, hey, can I get this next UFC pay-per-view? Or can I watch this next UFC event? And he was like, no, we don't have. I'm pretty sure it was $60 back in the day. We don't have $60 to $80 to pay for a pay-per-view. So we didn't get UFC 230, Daniel Cormier versus Derek Lewis. But we did get UFC 231, Max Holloway, Brian Ortega. And that's why Max Holloway is one of my favorite fighters. I watched the full event, didn't fall asleep. Watched the women's fights, watched, Valentina Shevchenko, watched everybody, and overall it was a mediocre pay-per-view, but for me, this is the greatest night of my life. Seeing Max Holloway piece up and bloody down Brian Ortega in 2018 in December, absolute banger. Cinema, you could say, cinema. Or maybe it wasn't November, right? It was December. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, and then I kept watching pay-per-views. I didn't watch every single one like I do now because I didn't have a job. So it was like every once in a while we'd buy one. We bought UFC 235. That was a good one. We bought UFC 244. UFC 235 was Jones vs. Smith. We did buy that one. UFC 240, Max Holloway, Frankie Edgar. Max Holloway was my favorite fighter because I saw him piece up Brian Ortega. Then I think we bought UFC. I knew we bought one in the 40 category. I just can't remember which one. I'm pretty sure it was UFC 249 with Jason Gaethje Ferguson. I bought you get the gist. I bought one every once in a while until International Fight Week UFC 276. Okay, I bought that pay-per-view and I created a YouTube channel. I was 12. I was 12 years old, right? 2010. Yeah, I wasn't 12. I was actually 11. I was 11 because my birthday didn't happen yet. Okay, so I was 11, and I started a YouTube channel, and I did a prediction, only predicting the main event because I was a heavy casual. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the top guys. I knew the top 5 of each division, but I did not know. I probably didn't even know who Robert Whittaker was. You know what I'm saying? So I was predicting the main event of UFC 230, UFC 2, I can't speak, UFC 276, it was very cringy, and then I just kept going. I did predictions for every single pay-per-view, even though I wasn't watching them, I was still doing predictions for them, seeing them online, seeing how they went, until one viral video blew up, and it was about UFC 283, okay, and I said, why Glover Teixeira will submit Jamal Hill. I did not know who Jamal fucking Hill was. I'll tell you that. I did not know who Jamal Hill, because I didn't watch Fight Nights. I hope you guys know. I didn't watch much Fight Nights. When I did watch a Fight Night, it was on Stream East. I'm being so serious with you. Okay, pay-per-views we buy, Fight Nights we stream on Stream East. We stream off computer. You know what I'm saying? And, what am I trying to say? I did not know who Jamal Hill. I knew who Glover Teixeira was. He had that fight of the year against Yuri for UFC 275, It was an absolute fucking banger, and I knew who Glover was, and I was like, why Glover will submit him? I heard Glover had a good BJJ. He trains with Lota Machida, and I was just yapping for 15 minutes, and it got like over 9,000. Like I got like a lot of views. Like for me, I only had like 200 subs at that time. Overnight, I had 10,000 subscribers. I had more than Warhorse MMA at that time. I'm not capping, and I didn't only do MMA content. I did Minecraft. I did Minecraft videos and Fortnite videos because I was like peak Fortnite kind of, Mega City. But I wasn't only doing MMA. I was just doing video games. I was doing live streams, with my parents and my brothers. I did a Q&A one day, and I kept showing my face in all these, because then by the time I got famous, I was 12, and I thought this was the greatest thing in the world. I had 10,000 subs, and by the end of the year, I had 12,000 subs. You know what I'm saying? But disaster struck. UFC 292 recap was my last video. They took down my channel. I woke up after watching UFC 292. It was in Boston. We were actually supposed to go to it. We just didn't go. I don't know why. We bought the tickets, but then they just said, "Oh, we don't have enough time for all that." But I woke up. My channel, my whole account was actually gone. Like it literally just said non-active account or something like that. And YouTube Studios was just saying your account has been terminated. All that. I didn't know the reason. My 12-year-old self was fucking devastated. As you know, I was 13. I was fucking 13. My 13-year-old self was devastated. You know what I'm saying? I built this from the ground up, and now it's been deleted, okay? So I didn't make a channel for a bunch of time. I was sad, but I still watched the pay-per-views. I still reacted to them, but not turning on the face cam, not turning on the camera was actually weird. So then UFC 305, I decided to give it one last try. I named it the same thing, Thomas MMA. My old channel was actually named Thomas MMA and Gaming, but I just named this one Thomas MMA. I wasn't planning to do any gaming, unless it was like UFC, because I just bought UFC for the PS4, which I just got. And I was 13. It was actually it was a full year after the whole incident. I wasn't 14. Was I 14? No. I'm trying to think. No, I'm actually stupid, because right now I'm not gonna expose my age. I was born in 2010. So yeah, I think I wasn't 14, was I? 2023, 13, 14. Yes, I was 14. Okay, because I'm 14. I was 14 at the time, and I created it. I did a recap of UFC 305, and I was actually feeling it, But they terminated it literally right after UFC 307. I made my recap for Alex Pereira beating Khalil Roundtree, and they just blocked my shit. Like, I only had 14 subs. Like, come on, man. I only had 14 subs, and they actually gave me a reason. They said that you were not old enough to have an account or to have a YouTube channel, because at the time I was 11, and I was 12, but then now I'm 13. I was 13 at UFC 292 too. So I don't know why they were. I don't know why they were doing all that. They were doing all that, and now I was actually 14. So I thought I could actually have it. And then, I emailed YouTube. My dad emailed YouTube, and they were like, "Oh, yep, you can have your account." But they didn't give me my original account. So then, October 9th, I started this account. So that is the time. And my first video was ranting about UFC Apex and how bad it is. Carlos Prates versus Neil Magny for the first ever 100th, Apex event. It was Carlos Prates versus Neil Magny, and ever since, I've been on a run of a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just so grateful for all of you guys sticking with me since the beginning. But yeah, that is the story on how I, unfortunately, lost my channel. I had 12,000 subs on it, got it back, lost it again, argued to YouTube, and then got this account, which only has 75 subs, but I'm still trying to build it. I'm still trying to build it from the ground up again. And all my videos have been doing pretty good, especially at the beginning. Staying up till 3 a.m. to record vids, right? Especially this video. 3:26 a.m. Woke up for Arman versus Makhachev. You know what I'm saying? Doing recap videos. You know, now I buy all the pay-per-views, obviously, because I have a job at the Boys and Girls Club. But, you know, back then, we were struggling. We were just recapping the main events, not even the full card, because we didn't know the full card results. Because, yeah, I didn't have ESPN or a UFC app. Or even a phone, really. But, yeah, the UFC has changed since back then, and I've changed too. You know, I do screen recordings now instead of just flopping my phone up next to like a drink or something with the what is it called? The camera. You know, the camera on the phone. You know, I used to just do that as a face cam. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying to do better. I'm gonna try to keep improving and improving. You know, 400 videos. I mean, man, it's crazy to me, you know. I have a community here. These are all my subs. Thank you guys for all this. This is for all these subs. And sorry, what the hell was that banging, yo? And I encourage all you guys to sub as well. NFL predictions will be coming out later today, like after school, because I don't think I have enough time right now. But yeah, sorry for yapping for so long. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.